Have you ever known someone was hurting you but still found yourself missing them every single day? Maybe they disappear for hours or even days. Maybe they leave your messages unread. Maybe they only show affection when they feel like it. And yet the moment they text you back, your chest relaxes. Your anxiety fades for a second. And suddenly, you feel emotionally alive again. It's confusing, because deep down, you know this relationship is exhausting you. Your friends probably see it. Your family probably sees it. Even you can see it sometimes. But no matter how many times you promise yourself you're done, you keep going back. And eventually, it stops feeling like love. It starts feeling like emotional withdrawal. Like your happiness depends on whether this person chooses you today. And if they pull away, your entire emotional world falls apart. If you've ever felt this way, you are not crazy. And you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind why some people become addicted to love, and why this pattern has far more to do with emotional survival than weakness. Love addiction is not officially classified exactly like drug addiction, but researchers have discovered something important. Romantic attachment activates many of the same reward systems in the brain connected to addiction, especially dopamine. Dopamine is the brain chemical connected to craving, anticipation, motivation, and emotional reward. It's the reason we constantly check our phones after sending a message to someone we care about. It's the reason one tiny moment of affection can suddenly change our entire mood. But here's where things become dangerous. The brain becomes even more attached when affection is inconsistent. When someone is loving one day and emotionally distant the next, your brain starts chasing emotional rewards even harder. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. And surprisingly, this is the same psychological mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. Not because rewards happen all the time, but because they happen unpredictably. Your brain keeps thinking, maybe this time things will finally feel good again. This pattern is also deeply connected to anxious attachment, childhood emotional inconsistency, trauma bonding, emotional neglect, fear of abandonment. For many people, love addiction isn't about loving too deeply. It's about desperately trying to feel emotionally safe. Reason 1, their nervous system confuses anxiety with love. If someone grew up around emotional unpredictability, their nervous system may start associating stress with connection. So when a relationship feels calm, stable, and peaceful, it can actually feel unfamiliar, sometimes even boring. But emotional chaos, that feels intense, passionate, alive. Because the emotional highs and lows create powerful chemical reactions inside the brain. For example, some people feel more emotionally attached after arguments than after healthy conversations. Not because fighting is love, but because emotional intensity can mimic emotional closeness. Over time, their body stops recognizing peace as safe and starts recognizing anxiety as love. Reason 2, they learn to earn love instead of receive it. Some people grew up believing love had conditions. Maybe they were only praised when they achieved something. Maybe they had to take care of everyone else emotionally. Maybe affection only came after sacrifice. So later in relationships, they unconsciously chase partners who make them work for love. They overgive, over-explain, over-apologize, because deep down, they believe, if I can just love harder, maybe I'll finally feel chosen. For example, they may stay loyal to someone who gives very little in return, hoping one day the relationship will finally feel secure. Reason 3, intermittent affection creates emotional dependency. When affection is inconsistent, the brain becomes obsessed with getting the emotional reward back. One sweet message after days of silence suddenly feels incredibly powerful. One small moment of affection can erase weeks of emotional pain temporarily. And that emotional inconsistency creates dependency, because the brain keeps waiting for the next emotional high. For example, someone may spend all day anxious and emotionally drained, but the moment their partner sends a loving message, they instantly feel relief again. That cycle slowly trains the brain to emotionally depend on unpredictability. Reason 4, they fear abandonment more than mistreatment. For some people, being hurt feels safer than being abandoned, because abandonment touches older emotional wounds connected to rejection, loneliness, or feeling emotionally unwanted. So even unhealthy relationships can feel emotionally safer than being alone. For example, someone may fully understand that their relationship is toxic, the thought of losing the person completely feels unbearable. So they stay, not because they enjoy the pain, but because abandonment feels even scarier. Reason 5, they attach their self-worth to being chosen. For many people struggling with love addiction, their self-worth becomes connected to whether someone wants them. If the relationship feels good, they feel valuable. If the person pulls away, they suddenly feel unlovable. Their emotional state becomes controlled by external validation. For example, their mood may completely change depending on how much attention they receive that day. A delayed text feels like rejection. Distance feels like failure. And love starts becoming tied to identity. Reason 6, fantasy becomes safer than reality. Sometimes people aren't addicted to the person themselves, they're addicted to the hope. The future they imagined, the version of the relationship they desperately want to believe exists. They replay old memories, small moments of affection, tiny glimpses of potential, and those memories become stronger than present reality. For example, someone may ignore months of emotional pain because they keep remembering one beautiful weekend together. And slowly, they fall in love with possibility instead of truth. People struggling with love addiction are not weak. In fact, many are deeply empathetic, emotionally sensitive, and incredibly loyal. Most of them learned very early in life that love could disappear unexpectedly, so they became emotionally hyperaware. They learned to monitor moods, chase reassurance, and hold tightly onto connection. The problem is, those survival strategies followed them into adulthood. They didn't become too needy. Their nervous system simply adapted to emotional inconsistency. And when you understand that something important starts to happen, you stop seeing yourself as broken and start seeing yourself as someone trying to survive emotionally the only way they learned how. And that understanding is where healing begins. Healing from love addiction does not begin with finding the perfect person. It begins with rebuilding emotional safety inside yourself. Here are 3 small but powerful ways to begin. Step 1, pause before chasing. The next time someone pulls away, don't immediately rush to reconnect. Wait 24 to 48 hours before responding. And during that pause, pay attention to what you feel. The panic, the anxiety, the fear. That feeling is important information, because healing begins when you stop reacting automatically. Step 2, focus on reality, not potential. Write down the actual facts of the relationship. Not, they could change someday. But how do they consistently make me feel? Do you feel safe, respected, emotionally calm, or mostly anxious and uncertain? Your nervous system heals faster when reality becomes clearer than fantasy. Step 3, learn to tolerate calm love. Healthy love may feel unfamiliar at first, especially if your nervous system became used to chaos. Peace can feel uncomfortable when stress became emotionally normal. But over time, your brain can relearn what safe love feels like. And slowly love stops feeling like survival and starts feeling like peace. So which of these reasons felt most true for you? Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And if this video helped you understand yourself a little better, subscribe to the POR channel. New relationship psychology videos every week.